Lethiwe, as you know, Matric exams are underway and pupils are having to contend with rolling blackouts. Thanks, ESCOM. In KwaZulu-Natal, at least 200,000 Matric pupils are sitting for their final exams. This is the highest number of candidates in the province for the last 6 years. KwaZulu-Natal Premier Zikalala is heading back to the classroom. eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli has been tracking that story for us and joins us now for an update from Durban. So, Lethiwe, you were in one of the areas in Durban earlier on, just checking in on the situation and the realities of doing Matric exams in the context of power blackouts. What's the sentiment that's coming through from among the stakeholders, including and especially the pupils?
Well, Tilasizwe, we visited the Umlazi Commercial High School earlier on, where the Premier was monitoring the exams at that school. The learners that I spoke to have been saying that it has been very difficult for them to study under these conditions. I also asked them how they've been studying and preparing for their exams, and they're saying that sometimes they rush back home shortly after their exams so that they have natural light to study under, because they know during the evenings they will not have electricity. The Premier also said that here in KwaZulu-Natal, there are also other disruptions that learners have had to face, including protests by communities. They've had disruptions in the Umsunduzi local municipality, where a school was disrupted, even though they did manage to move those who were writing exams at that time to another venue. But those disruptions are not a good thing, especially because we are, or matriculants are writing their final exams. I also spoke to teachers while we were at Commercial High School, and they are saying that they are finding it very difficult to understand how our government did not prioritize this time and speak to ESCOM as well to not load shed during this time. The rolling blackouts, the teachers are saying, that have affected exams. I spoke to one teacher at the school, and this is what she had to say about this issue.
We are really confused, because when it suits them, then they can make arrangements for the country to run smoothly. But when they're done with whatever they want to do, then load shedding come back again. So we feel as citizens, as Department of Education, as educators, that maybe they have no interest in the education of this country, because otherwise they would have made arrangements for this particular time, an important time in a child's life, to write an examination. I think it is as important as an election.
Sure, that's a stinging indictment there on the powers that be that's coming through from that educator there, Lethiwe, about the priorities that in some instances, on certain occasions, you are told that we will ensure there's no load shedding. But in this context, while such an important project is underway, such as the writing of Matric exams, there's no similar guarantee. But you've also been hearing from the authorities themselves. What is the MEC for Education, what has he been saying?
Well, the MEC for Education here in KwaZulu-Natal, Kwazimshengu, says that they are having conversations as the Department of Basic Education, the minister rather, is having those conversations with energy stakeholders to try and fix the problem, because even though the exams have started, unfortunately, there is load shedding. They are trying to find ways to basically have electricity available for schools and also have generators available for schools that are in need of electricity. He did say that even though KZN has not had any disruptions, but it's worrying for them that these rolling blackouts are continuing. I had a chat with them about some of the conversations they are having with ESCOM and the Energy Department, and this is what he had to say.
The engagements are continuing. The minister is leading us in that regard. We are aware that he has been engaging different role players within the energy industry to make our case as Department of Education, because we do believe that ESCOM is going to impact negatively on the result and the performance of these learners. Learners themselves were saying they can't study properly because they are losing many hours as a result of ESCOM. Although we have not been disrupted in terms of the writing time, because of the natural light that we rely on. But the preparations are much more important. And if you lose it at a preparation time as a result of ESCOM, definitely that will impact on the performance and the result of the learners. So the minister continues to engage with the different role players to try and really find a solution that will protect the examinations.
All right, Lethiwe, thank you for that update. That's Lethiwe Mdluli out in Durban there. Just one of the many dimensions of the rolling blackouts that we are experiencing. Now you're hearing there from the MEC Gwazimshengo that actually there's a likelihood that this could impact the performance of pupils in the matric class, simply because it's not about at the point at which they are writing, but it's about the preparation time when you don't have lighting at home. It becomes difficult to study.